Oh man, so there are a lot of risks right now in the crypto markets, which I have to bring to you urgently. I was not feeling well yesterday, but I've got to give you this update because yesterday the non-farm payrolls came out, and the non-farm payrolls came out as a miss. So remember, we had the private jobs figure a couple of days earlier. It came in lower than expected, but the non-farm payrolls came out much more than expected. So now people are starting to change their mind on whether the Fed could pivot. So we got to stay tuned. You got to wait for the CPI data, and this is just all over the place right now. The data's not consistent. We don't know where we're going. The market's trying to price it in, but we just don't know which direction we're heading in. So we got to monitor that. We've also got to look at the dollar index, guys. The dollar index is extremely overextended right now. So do take a look at the dollar index because we are far from our EMA ribbon right now. And so is Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is running into its EMA ribbon. Dollar index is quite extended away from its EMA ribbon. So I won't be surprised to see another rally by the dollar index back towards the EMA ribbon, which could spell some pain for crypto. Okay, so we got to look out for that. So keep an eye on that on the markets. But the markets are really tough right now. So take a look at this, right? So you're looking at Bitcoin here on the daily chart. You're running into your EMA ribbon. So naturally, if you're trying to trade this long, you're running into a lot of resistance at the 17,600 level. So it's not going to be easy for Bitcoin to be that level. So the natural area would be, do we get a rejection from this level, right? Do we run up to this level, try to get to 17,600 here, and then ultimately get pushed down for the next leg, testing back at these levels at 15,500? That is personally what I'll be looking for. Now, if we try to see if there's any correlation with the dollar index to see which direction we could be headed to, let's try to pull that up. And you can see exactly the same, right? The dollar index is very extended from the EMA ribbon. So now we need to see, okay, we've broken 200 EMA on the dollar index, which is good long term. So long term, I'm still bearish on the dollar index, which is really good for Bitcoin, given no FTX drama. But I'm still expecting a couple of days, just like we had 3 days here of green on the dollar index, which makes it bad for Bitcoin, and same here. I'm expecting a couple of days of green here to get you close towards your EMA ribbon before your next leg down. So still bearish longer, but just want to be cognizant of the fact that we could see a couple of days of rallying on the dollar index, which could put some pressure on Bitcoin. That, coupled in with the fact that we've seen the non-farm payroll surprise us, means we've got to keep looking out for more data right now. Obviously, the FTX contagion continues to be an issue right now in the markets. And the main conversation is, are we going to get the pivot? Remember, 14th of December is the next FOMC meeting. A day before that, you get your CPI reading. So that's it. Jerome Powell's got his non-farm payrolls. He'll have his CPI reading. He's had PCE. He's had GDP growth. And he's got to make a decision. Am I going to slow down? At his last meeting, he was very dovish. But remember, that meeting came after the ADP figure, which showed a huge miss to the downside, which is good, which is what he wanted, a softening of the labor market. Now he's seen the non-farm payrolls and gone, hang on, we're not making as much progress maybe as I thought. Do I need to be aggressive again? What if I slow down and it's too early? So all of these things are going to factor into his decision, and we need to be careful and stay the course. What am I currently doing in the market, guys? Well, obviously I'm 6, so not much. Not currently buying at these price points. I mean, these 17,000 levels are amazing if you're new to crypto, right? I mean, it's just an absolute blessing, but we've been monitoring this every single day. So for me, currently, I don't need to be desperate to buy. I was managing to buy at 15,500. If I was trying to build a portfolio, of course I would, right? I'd be buying at these levels. These amazing levels for me, complete oversold. And we know if you have conviction that crypto bounces back. So that's where my conviction lies. And I'm just looking around, making sure my portfolio is topped up. Am I underweight on anything? Am I overweight on anything? Is anything I no longer believe in which has fundamentally changed? We spoke about Phantom, right? A lot of people now jumping on the Phantom bandwagon. And again, I personally want to chase those green candles. We've had some beautiful times to buy Phantom at really clever prices. Now, if you're new to Phantom, you're trying to understand, you want to build a position, no, but you know, it's a good time to start building a position. But whenever you build a position, you want to nibble, right? You don't just go and say, oh, I want to allocate 3% of my portfolio to Phantom, I'm going to buy 3% today. No, you DCA into that position and you nibble at clever prices when you're extended away from your EMA ribbon and you start accumulating. If you don't know what I'm talking about, for all of this is like Chinese to you, jars.uk/TA, free TA course. All right, so again, apologies to you guys. I've been completely ill. This is probably the worst couple of days of YouTube or lack of YouTube videos I've been doing, but I just wanted to give you this update to remind you guys of where we're at in the market. It's an important level where we're here in the market. Bitcoin running into its EMA ribbon on the daily chart. Resistance is going to come from that 17,600 levels. That was the support from June lows. So will it turn into resistance? Key level. If we just break through it and get above it, it's almost like we've forgotten about the whole FTX things and we continue. If we get rejected, 15,500 could come back into play, right? Because we could be going down for the next wave of the roller coaster back down. So we've got to be patient. We've got to look at the data. We've got to listen to what Jerome Powell's thinking and wait for the next FOMC meeting in literally 11 days. 10 days we'll get the CPI reading. We'll be covering that together. And then you get the FOMC meeting. And if we get that 50 basis points, we could see nice green markets and it could be a fun festive period. But we've got to wait for that. We don't want to overshoot. We don't want to overgun it. And we definitely don't want to front run the market. So we need to be patient. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to check out this video here. And I'll see you in the next one.